Well, good morning, everyone. Randy here, aka Jedi One to some. Let me do this real quick. I'm going to pause this so we can see each other. I suppose we had that done already. I hope you're able to see me. I do not know why the lighting is like this. I'm kind of questioning it myself. There's no windows in this particular office here down the shop, so there's no reason for that power to be fluctuating because of if there's some sort of photo sensor. We do have a smart meter on this shop, and that tells me that for some reason, time-wise or the time of day, there's a fluctuation in the amount of power that comes to this room that it should not be influenced by anything like that time-wise during the day. Isn't that interesting? Also, just to let you know, on those smart meters, they have the ability to communicate with wirelessly within between smart meters, which means that they can communicate, interact with other smart meters around the neighborhood, or it'd be a hard time around here, but they can. That means they can also interact with anything wireless in your home. You understand what I'm saying? So there's things that we can share that can cause that to go away. I haven't had time to work with mine as of yet. We'll talk about that later. Those are things that we share in different forums and things. I want to let everyone know that we will be, in fact, underway tomorrow with the financial intel team and what we are going to be about. Everyone says, well, where's the site at? If you'll notice here, you can look up, this is the financial intel team site. What you'll find today is website coming soon, check back. That's exactly all that's up there now. There's something that you do need to be very, very keenly aware of, is that this is going to be all about you. If there's anything that I want to impress upon people, is that what we're doing, for I guess right down to where the rubber meets the road, if you need to know, if someone needs to know what our motivation is, the buzzword out there that's being used is the term you hear a lot about called whistleblower. I guess you could say we are a whistleblower or a divulger of the truth about home-based businesses and MLM. Anything that has a price point, and then that price point is beefed up because of overhead expenses, offices, parties, cars, boats, planes, trains, everything else. Anything from the point of the cost of an item fluffed in there before they get to the part that they're going to add in that we can divide up as salespeople and marketers, be it MLM or just a regular home-based business product selling deal. If it's more than $1 or 10 cents to deliver that product to you for you to sell it, you're paying too much. That's the name of the game. The only reason that I'm doing this is because we need this vehicle to help you. You need this vehicle. The people that you're going to meet are going to need this vehicle. People that are out there looking for things to do, they're doing it because they need money. And they're going to drift off into a deal that they have no idea or concept how their compensation plan works, how they're going to get paid, because they're either so eat up or under the ether of the product or the hype that they've been given that they have not compared how they're going to get paid in relation to the passion that they're under the ether about. That's where the things start going sideways. You get into these things, you're under the ether, you have spent all of your money, and you're looking to pay the rent bill next month with what you just got into, and you find out that that is far from the case. That dog is not going to hunt. You find yourself even in a deeper hole than you were before you joined, or before you bought the franchise, or before you did whatever. Wake up. This is your wake-up call. We cut out all of that. Everything goes great. Everything goes great in those things. And during the hi, my name is, oh, you go fishing too? I knit one pearl too. I cook gumbo, and all that warm-up business where you make that friend before you stick the harpoon in them because you're starving. You got to stick the harpoon in them because you're starving. Even though your friend that you just made is probably starving too, you got to stick that harpoon in them. We don't do that around here. We make friends. I'm telling you how you can do this and never be a part of the NFL club, if you've ever heard of that. It's the no friends left because you stuck the harpoon in them. Had to because you're starving. Family starving. Don't have to do that anymore. Let's make friends. Leave it at that. What do we have to offer? I was going to pull this up. Let me pull it up here real quick. See if I've got it handy here. I want to show you what we have to offer. Just stand by. See if I have that right here. Stand by. If anybody wonders what we're going to have to offer as a product slash service, look, all of the members that come to our site, I can say this with 100% truth and honesty, they're going to get value for their $35. Especially those people when they first come, that first month, they're going to get so much value that they desperately need now, no matter what their fixing path they're going to go down. The second month and beyond, they're going to stay because they see that this is the truth. That's what's going to happen here. What we have to offer is this: training on understanding how to navigate our private chat forum where they can meet and interact with people from all over the world. This will enable them to broaden, it should be, their awareness, not just from alternative news sources and mainstream media bias, good or bad, but from a personal exchange of information, one-on-one. You can't get more valuable information than that. 2, training on how to understand the basics of Facebook, personal training if you need to by your inviter. People are out there, we're merging with machine. Technology is merging with us. And if you're not on top of the game right there to at least be able to understand some basics of it, you're going to use that to try to build an organization that's going to supply your revenue stream. You're going to need to know some of these things. It wasn't 4 or 5 months ago that I didn't even know how to post in Facebook. And there's thousands, if not tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of people out there just like myself that need that personal one-on-one, that can come into a place, not feel like an idiot, and ask the question, and someone actually help them. We're going to help people train and understand Google Hangouts. These are things, Google Hangouts and all various things like that. There are tools that people use for whatever you're going to be doing. It doesn't matter. I want to stress something right now too, is that bring your own passion. You can see mine is hemp and mine is getting rid of the Federal Reserve Bank. That's my passion. Bring your own. I was talking to Robin. She's been a professional nail person, and she's basically a psychiatrist. Over in the forum, we could have Robin's Nail Corner, where y'all go in there and talk whatever women talk about when they're getting their nails done, which is everything. We could have someone over here that talks about autism. We could have someone over here in another room, in the chat room, that's talking about hang gliding. It doesn't matter. Fishing with a banjo minnow. It doesn't make any difference. Bring your passion. What we're doing is we're monetizing our lifestyle, people. We're monetizing our lifestyle. That is our service. That's our product. We're going to teach people the things that they need to be successful. And then after they see that, they'll realize that, hey, I have value, they will say to themselves. We tell every one of our people now that what we're going to be offering is your life experience. You go into one of our forums, they're going to be interacting with people from all over the world. Someone may say, I forgot how. It's knit 1 purl what? 5? Knit 1 purl 2. Excuse me. But that's value. That answer right there, someone could have been scouring the world to find that answer just that you had to offer. That's value. When our moderators in these rooms and forums, when they see that someone has answered a question honestly and truthfully from their own research and it has value, we're going to anoint them with cash. Bring your knit 1 purl 2. If you don't think that you have value, bring it over there. When someone asks a question, if you know the answer to that, for goodness sake, for their sake, answer it. We'll spot those kind of things. That's value. We're monetizing our lifestyle. Are you getting the picture here? We're going to teach people the basics of understanding how to secure their own email accounts from whoever they are, securing your texting, understanding screen share. Didn't put the sharing on there. Training on understanding screen sharing tools. A litany of offers are going to come to us of various outside companies. They'll all mostly likely have a comp plan they'll be trying to pitch to us. It doesn't make any difference about their comp plan. That's great if they got one. What we want to know is, does your product that you're offering have a fair exchange of value? What you're asking me to join your whatever deal, and your product that you're going to offer, is it worth it to me at the end of the day if I buy your product, even though you're going to put me in your comp plan? We could care less. We're in the river. Does your product that you're offering give me personally value? Would I buy it irregardless of a comp plan? Yes or no? If we vet that and say that the tool is valuable, it does have a fair exchange of value, we may or may not share that with the community. Most likely that we would. One of them is this thing called Staged. I'm not promoting it right now. I'm just telling you, first of all, you need to get your insurance policy, if you will. The river, that I call it, the financial intel team, is immune. Listen to this. Think about it. It is immune from all that chaos. It doesn't worry about bounce checks. It doesn't worry about how much content is in their product when they should have said things like that if a company is offering a product and has contents. It is immune from all the drama that goes along in network marketing. He said this, I heard you resign for this, all that kind of drama. I could care less. What I'm trying to do is wake people up, because that smoke coming over the horizon is not an ice cream truck, people. Wake up. It's not an ice cream truck. It's an armed Humvee. They've got angry looks on their faces and they're looking right at you, and I'm trying to tell you how to navigate around that, because you're going to need a lot of moolah in your saddlebags when it's time to turn and run or readjust our position. That's what we're doing here. Are you catching on? Are you seeing the product yet? You got to check that box off. Didn't you hear Mr. Rogers say the other day on the little screen share, on this little hangout deal, unless you have a product, it's a Ponzi scheme? Wake up. We did. If you need a product, you're the product. So let's cut out all the cost of what products cost, just so they can be padded so the people that run these things can make more money. Let's cut all that out. I'm going to tell you something right now. I'm in this just like you'll be in. The very moment that you join, we're par. There is no fluff up there. We have a $5 administrative amount that's going to be for bandwidth and keeping the thing on board and troubleshooting the system itself. And if we need be, any customer support. But we're going to train people that the majority of the questions that people ask are pilot error, or they're just too lazy to go find it themselves. It's time to wake up and be responsible for your own financial future. That's what we're going to do. And if people can follow these simple suggestions and wake up and see that this is truthful, and you can, you know, that house on the hill that you always wanted, or that new car, that new boat, or whatever it is, you can get that. There is no reason that you should not have that if you truly want it. You can do that. Just go out and make more friends. Simple as that. It goes on. You can see here with the other list of value that we're going to have here. What else did I want to say here on this? Understand the importance to bring their feedback. And one of the things is too, that segues right over, is that what people will be doing, we're going to have the chat section, or the forum is going to be open during a particular period of time, probably a 24-hour, because we're going to be global, but during a specific period of time is when all of our members, our scouts out there, some of them may be over here like I do watching the SO program, the Suspicious Observers. Some people may be over at Freedom Radio.com, FPRN Radio, where Valerie and some of her friends are very on top of. Some may be over at Max Resistance. Some may be over at the Frequent. Where is that one? Because I love that one. That's not that one. Alex has gone retail. I mean, it's a process. It's had brought great information. I'm not saying Alex isn't doing a great job, but it's just seemed to me to have gone a little bit on the retail side. So let me find Max, the frequency rate, because that's one that I listened to last night. It was overwhelming me. And I tell you why it was overwhelming me is this. And look at this right here. This was overwhelming me last night because I listened to it, and it was so powerful. Last night's radio show was so powerful.
It's good at doing some different things.
I see. Now, when the spirits communicate...
And so this is a 24-hour radio outlet here, and they have various shows. You can see here the schedule shows, and it's Truth lowerfrequencyradio.com, you'll see a schedule of shows. And right now we're at the Chris Evrod show, and it's on air, and it's going to be going till a certain hour. You can see all these, but when you see Pie and various people that you may be familiar with, Donnie was on last night, Donnie Gleason's show, and he had another gentleman on there that had an issue with a health issue that has his passion is off the hook with what he's doing, and he has some good things that he wants to do. All of these people, every single one of them that you'll see.
I see. So is that a kind
I'm
of
going to have to mute that.
intuition where a thought or a
Every single one. It's not going to let me.
you, and those
have to cut
thoughts
the
you would
strings
then
on it.
realize, oh,
So every single one of these outfits that I'm looking at, what do they have in common? What do they have in common? What they have in common is they're broke or they're needing money. Think about this. Our objective is to get this information in the hands of as many as we can. Our objective is to overcome these little issues of what's the product we're selling. All these things. We can answer those questions, but that's not what we do. We make you as much money as humanly possible as fast as we can. That's our job. We have to put lipstick on that pig so that you feel comfortable about what we have to offer, so that we can put the check mark in the box so that they can't attack us for a pyramid game. Are you waking up now? You're a covert operative. How's that? Every one of these people here, when they echo that they need money, we can help them. We have the answer to that. It's just if I or someone else will have the ability to convey our essence of what we're trying to do and get through this. This is what you always run into. When you use the term and you take this and you share it with... Is this an MLM deal? There you go. The very thing that can make you rich can make you poor. George Thorogood. That's what's happened to that particular industry using word of mouth. There is no other means of marketing that is better than personal experience, one-on-one, sharing something with another person, truthfully. And then we will give through our affiliate program in the form of using what would be we'll call advertising dollars. When you show that someone our site, they see the value. They see that it has equal to or greater value than what they're going to pay for that month. You show it to them. They see the value. They join. You get dinero. Except we can show you how you can share in such a way and bring in new people to our movement to the point of meeting any one of those dreams in your mind that you could only at this point possibly even imagine being real and you ever experiencing them. I can take you there. I'll help you get there. I'll talk to every one of your people through this forum. Why would I want to do that? If I'm being honest with you and I'm not going to be getting anything off of you and I'm the supposedly top of this thing, I'm not. We took the top out, people. I'm talking to a prospect right now. Whether you own one of these stations or you're sitting at a table somewhere in the middle of USA and you can't pay your rent next month. I need you. I need your thinker. Because we're not going to beat this, people. We're not going to beat this, people, by getting all fired up watching all this stuff right here and getting all emotionally charged up and grabbing an AK. That's exactly what they want us to do. Doing things like this to keep us in complete. Look at this on the screen. Thousands and thousands of kids pouring across the border. What are we going to do? Shoot them? Of course not. Going to drop them back off in Mexico? Of course not. A hook in the eye. Good God, he's bound to be coming to kill us this morning. Can't go to Walmart now because he's out there with that hook in his hand. Wake up. It isn't going to be done with an AK. There's only one way we can beat this, is to play the same game that they're playing. Power of prayer. Focused intent. Meditation with focus. Reaching the in-between. Basically just doing what we're capable of doing anyway, and we don't even know it. Taking that quiet time that we urge you to take, that 10-15 minutes a day, and just get that, oh God, a day. If you can do that, you'll find the answers to your problems inside of that quiet time. If you rednecks, cowboys, looking for 8 when the gate opens, if you know what I'm talking about, on one of those loose skin big boy, bad boys, about 2,000 pounds. If you're one of those redneck cowboys like myself used to be, once you get past goofy, you'll get an 8 all the time. You'll hear the bell every time. Bop! That cowboy got 8. I can't help you on getting your strap undone, but it's there. They don't want us to know this. How long am I going? Because I know that y'all lose attention after about 30 minutes. If I can't tell you how to solve your life's problems and be successful beyond your wildest comprehension in or under 30 minutes, you're not interested. Look at this thing flashing across there. What we are is we're observers. I told someone, you cannot get close to this. I think it was Sarah Perry or someone asked me something. Look at her. She just makes me want to throw up. Lois, your mother would be ashamed of you. Mayor Ansel Rothschild once said, show me something that we can give to the minions that will further our agenda, and we can win any battle. Know what you said? So it's now time that the students become the teacher. Move over, Rover. There's a new teacher in town. So what do? What we need to solve this problem in today's world is we all collectively come in harmony with our thought, and we shift this thing. The battle's being played on a different theater. They want us to think it's being played on this bombing, whatever. And that's the third world dimension that they need to keep the grease going. But what the real deal is, that's all just a chess game anyway, shuffling of money, all these wars. You'll wake up and see. What we need is for people to come in sitting on the couches at home, and all I want you to do is change what you're thinking about. Can you do that for me? Quit thinking about these things from getting entangled in them. Don't get further immersed into their drama. That's their snare. It's keeping us from thinking about this. But we know now. We observe and we diffuse its energy over us. We observe and we diffuse its energy over us. Its fear, its doom and gloom. We diffuse the energy and we seek out real information to tell us what's really going on. David would tell us every morning at 6:30. Listen to this.
Moisture rolling up the breadbasket and set once more to make bad weather here. Although the top watch zones are right in the middle, we'll pull up the Weather Channel to demonstrate just how widespread the storms will be this evening. They don't show Canada, but storms are coming up to you guys as well. Back to the sun. Both NASA and NOAA have tossed the latest filament eruption up on their Enlil spirals. Both show glancing blows or moderate impact, but definitively being weaker on the second one than the first impact, which is due in about 12 hours here.
Who would have told you that? We have an EMP headed this way. It's going to be hitting 12 hours from when David did this morning at 6:30. Huh? Who would have told you that? That we have an EMP inbound, 6:30 Eastern, that would be 5:30 my time. Got about 2 hours. He's on top of this game. We're going to share this with you every single morning at 5:30 a.m. me. I'll be sharing it with the entire community before you get your day kicked off. We're going to make a little runabout all of these sites like this. We're going to find out, have a quick report of what's going on in the mornings. Good Lord, good Lord. And so we're going to keep everybody abreast of what's shaking out there. We're going to be informed. And we find a product or service that has a fair exchange of value. I like nascent iodine. Doesn't have to get it from Alex. You can get it anywhere. We've got that has good quality. We'll find it. We're not going to be morons and just go out there and buy whatever happens. We're going to make sure it has a fair exchange of value. It's real, and then we're going to recommend it if we take it ourselves and we can feel truth and honesty in it. That's what we're going to do. We're going to be a family. We're going to be a community. We're going to be a clan. And we're going to be on the other side of that bridge when all this dust settles. Now I've got this, remember I told you that this is where we're sitting right now. We do not have to, it says website coming. One of the other sites that we had is the newagenda.ws when we tried this last year or so ago in 2012. Look at this. This is when I tried to do this, to bring the truth. People weren't ready for it. They wouldn't accept the fact that I'm going to do something that I make no money off of unless I actually pick up my tools and work like you. They couldn't believe that. Timing wasn't right. This big hemp movement has helped because people are softening to the fact, well, if they lied about the cannabis plant being so dangerous and they lied about all the medical benefits it has, they said it didn't have any, and we're now finding out that it can save people's lives. Maybe they're lying about other things, and they are. We tried this back in 2012 with the newagenda.ws, and if anyone wants to know, that WS was just another extension, but to us it stood for the new agenda will succeed. I still have this domain. This is the site, the way that it looked when it first came in, when you first went to it. It was cut and dry. It was just like this, nothing. We don't have to have stuff like this. That's obvious. We're going to have enough crosshairs on us as it is. We're taking away the lifeblood and we're educating people the real deal. We don't have to have things like this. We could have this. We could have simply this. And then we could have what we showed earlier, which was all of these things could be listed up here on the site, right like we did here. You're going to already know. You're already going to know what we're all about. Why do we have to tip our hand to all these things? I'm tipping my hand more than I should right now on YouTube. You know that. If you've ever dreamed of something working for you, come with me. I also want to tell you this. We're not committed anymore. We don't make commitments. We're committed about as far as those slot machines are out of our ear sight. That's why they put them in front of a casino, because they're the most obvious. They make the most bells, whistles, they're glitter and glamour. All this bing, 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 bing. You hear that hit in the bottom and you program those things, folks. I used to own them, had a game room. They're programmed. I know exactly how much every machine's going to make. I don't care if it paid out $2,500 the last 3 times in a row. Doesn't matter. 28%, boom, got it programmed. So you put that stuff up front because the vulnerable, the gullible, are going to take advantage of that stuff with bells and whistles. The game I play is Baccarat, 50% straight up odds. We played random against random, and we do very well. I don't gamble. I do the numbers. That's what happens. And so by having something up here just like this, it's not being subjected to all the scrutiny that's taking place out here. We love them to death. They need support. They need to do this to get people fired up. We need to show them that they need to have a banner. They don't have to talk about us because they may get tainted as soon as they say and share this. It could compromise the integrity on the value of what they're doing here, and people might look at them differently if they say they're pushing some sort of MLM. We need to ease in there in such a way that they'll have a little banner over here and say we have a powerful program with people that are supporting our site. It also helps support them. Click on that banner and then let us do the rest from there. They've got their work cut out for them. We've got our work cut out for us. We're all in this together. Am I fired up? You bet I'm fired up. Tomorrow's the day that the fourth time, excuse me. Oh, I had to take a quick moment there and holler. This is the fourth time. I haven't always been this way of sharing the truth. Maybe it's the rungs of the ladder of life as I've ascended up on those. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's my children as I look at them and say, you got to do something. Because we're merging with the machine. Unless they're on top of this thing here, they're not going to have a job in the future. Nor will you. Maybe it's that. Maybe it's the fact that I get sick and tired of thinking in my mind when I was laying over there at 19 years old and turned to my right and saw Dodie Baker get his head shot off and find out I was working for the wrong reason. Well, they trained me well, and we'll leave that at that. I'm in to win. The only way I can win is I can show you how to stack more money than you can imagine, because at that point you're going to start thinking clearly. When I can get you to that point, one day you'll have an epiphany. You'll wake up and you'll realize you are shackled by no one. No one. Whatever you want to do that day, you can do, because you're in the river. You've monetized your life and you're in the river. It's going to take care of you, and you can do whatever you wish that day. If you've never experienced that before, it's something that you need to experience. When you wake up in the morning, you know everything is handled, even Christmas coming 6 months from now, and the Christmas beyond that, all of the kids' birthdays, all of the little things that come across from school, pay this, pay that. You wake up and you realize everything's handled. You're in the river. You've put your financial woes and concerns, as Jimmy Buffett would say, to stern. Now you can look forward, and then you're in my arena. And then we start thinking about things. Except this time you're not shackled. This time you can stand up and do what some have done. I had to do it recently and stand up for principle over pocketbook, because they won't have the shackles on you anymore. I'll cut you loose. If you start proclaiming that, no need to cut me loose. I burnt the rope on the way in here, people. That's what you can tell them. Why? Because you're free. You can go move about the cabin as you wish. I hope that y'all understand what I'm saying. I have no reason to say it otherwise. You're not going to be most likely in my downline. I'm only going to benefit from the people that I refer to the site that they see value, that I personally have talked to. Most likely that won't be you. But if you see the value of what we're talking about, is that when we all reach, or the majority of us reaches, or let me be more specific, when that critical mass is reached, when they wake up and go, I'm free. That's the day we can turn and say, Mayor Ansel Rothschild, thank you. You just showed us how to get our world back and what not to go back and do again. May God bless you. And just for tonight's purposes, well, I'm going to post on Facebook. I'm going to do another call. Go over to this video here, click follow on it. Most likely we get underway, we'll be broadcasting on YouTube from the Fit channel. But for now, follow the one that I have there, and you'll be able to catch up on these calls should I have any more. Look at this. Let's change that to something else. Oh. God bless y'all. God bless this wonderful country of America and the principles that it was founded on. She shall rise again based on those principles. God bless this blue planet, and I urge you to go out, smile at a stranger. It'll make you feel good. You'll never know how much it may have helped that person. And if you would, consider what I've been talking about of making a 90-day commitment. I'll say this for those people that come in with me, I don't know how other people are going to say it. I will assure you your involvement costs not to be at risk if you're running with me. And I might even make that to every single person out there, no matter who you're running with, because I have no risk. But the caveat is this: in order to have that safeguard, that net, that safety net, you're going to have to do exactly what I'm doing. It won't cost you money. You just have to help people. And with that same degree of passion, borrow mine if you need it. But if you want that assurance that your 105 is what it'd be, 35 times 3, need a little safety net, I'll give it to you if you'll do exactly what I'm doing, or follow the suggestions that I'm following, and I have a way to monitor you. Activity in the chat room, things of that sort, various other ways. You're going in risk-free. I'll tell you this, after the first 30 days, there won't be a big enough stick to run you off, because the light will have come on. That's all I got. Look for tonight another call, and tomorrow we launch, people, and I'll let you know. This is Randy, a.k.a. Jedi 1 to some. We down.